Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at Gateway International Raceway getting ready for race weekend number 29 of Season 6 of the Mountain Dew Voltage Cup Series. That is the NAMAR Mountain Dew Voltage Cup Series, by the way. Getting ready for the last race before the 7-race stretch of breast cancer awareness races, which will be a very interesting series of races, which will start at Memphis next week, which is a short track, first short track race in a while. But anyway, this weekend we're here at the 1.25-mile egg-shaped oval. Scott Greeny, Peggy Bolin on the front row. Michael Parker, Carol Morton, row 2. Tony Vieira, Adam Rogers, row 3, with Andrew Rich and Zachary Rogers in row 4. And Logan York and Michael Naylor in row 5. For those that have seen it, I did a gameplay race here. It was a pretty interesting race. Now, that was run on very low strength for the AI, so I don't know if we'll see any crashes or not. The race length has been shortened by 4 laps of what we would usually probably do for a heat here, as we've gone from 500 miles to 400 for the race. So only 16 laps per heat and a 48-lap main instead of a 60-lapper, as the green flag is out here at Gateway in heat number 1. Greeny on the inside line does hold a pretty good advantage here. Steve Cavallo starting at the back of the field. Not a really good starting spot for him. And these guys at 105% actually slow down about as much as I do. And that's in GNS. I do not get that fast, though. So Greeny leads, Parker second, Andrew Rich fighting for third, which he will get. And Andrew's been a really good heat driver this season, and he has made the most races along with rival and friend Zachary Rogers. So those two have been definitely huge rivals, but have also made the most races combined at 25, I believe, now. And he's in position to make another one. Meanwhile, Zachary Rogers falling back now 3 wide to 19th, now to 20th, and he needs to find the way to get to the bottom of the racetrack if he's going to have a shot at making this event. Now, Austin Alves has not made many speedway races at all this season, as there's still 3 wide here coming off the turn 4. Austin Alves will move up to 20th. Michael Cavanero in 21st. So Zachary Rogers just outside. Here comes Steve Cavallo now. And they're going to make it almost 3 wide as Peter Sands is in the danger zone right now. A relatively short circuit, but it takes them a while to get around here. It's kind of like a Darlington in a way with less banking. So Zachary Rogers by Peter Sands moves him back into the top 21. Now Austin Alves, Carol Morton on the top side. Carol Morton, one of those drivers currently outside the top 40 with a win. So she's probably trying her best to make as many races as she can. Now let's talk about a new rookie driver that's only been in a ride for a couple of races. That is Ben Goldberg, cousin of the now deceased Philip Goldberg. And since he's taken over the 55, he has made both races he has attempted, and he has an average finish of 9th with 2 top 10 finishes. So, and he's looking to make his 3rd straight race. So Ben has definitely probably trying to do good for his cousin Philip. Maybe, I don't know if it's possible or not, but he's going to have to probably just keep averaging top 10 finishes. But if Ben could keep doing what he's doing, I could honestly see him maybe being a dark horse to make the chase. And by the way, there is a format I am considering. Now, right now, it would be 24 drivers making it, so top 10 in points would make it, and then 11th to 40th, the next 14 with wins would make it. priority rules. If you have 2 wins, you're above the guys with 1. And this new thing, and it was actually the guy that suggested this, and this is the last suggestion. He said, only allow 13 drivers from 11th to 40th in points that have wins in. Take everybody else. Doesn't matter where they are in points. That's every other driver. 37 drivers. I would probably end up just tweaking it to be all any race winners or other drivers in the top 40 that have not made, that did not make the chase, and take them to a track. Winner gets the last chase spot, and I don't know. I don't really like the idea, honestly. Maybe. We'll see how the rest of this races goes. I'm going to make my decision after Road America, which is race 36. So as Greeny still leads, Parker got teammate Andrew Rich right on his back bumper. Andrew may be trying to look for second place here. It is possible to make passes here, as we have seen. So let's go back now as we're looking through. There's Michael Naylor, last week's winner. Got his second win on the year. 7th overall in his career. So now he is tied second all-time with a few other drivers, including Benjamin Tilton, Zachary Rogers, and Steve Carvalho. It is uncertain whether Naylor will retire at the end of this season, as Andrew Rich will pass teammate Michael Parker for second place. Let's head back to the back of the pack. Zachary Rogers in 18th, trying to see who's in and who isn't. Deanna Jones currently holds the last spot with Steve Cavallo in 22nd. There's the rest of the field that would be missing the show, including Austin Alves, Peter Sands, and Steve Cavallo. Cavallo needs to start making races. He has not been making as many races as he has in the past. In fact, new points leader entering today's race weekend is the 97 of Peter Sands, who holds a 2 or 4 point lead over Steve Cavallo. And Adam Rogers is way down the track, and he was running 9th. Maybe contact with the 55 of Ben Goldberg. May Ryder has gotten by Micah Kidney for 7th. So contact between the 55 and 99 sends Adam Rogers back to 15th. Not enough time for one clip. There's now Kate Rogers on the high side. Same with Peggy Bowling. So Cavallo and Peter are the top 2 guys on the point standings by a good margin. So if they both miss the race today, the point standings at the top would again shrink up, which Cavallo does not want to see. Cavallo needs to win a race, in my opinion. As much as Cavallo is pretty much almost guaranteed as long as he keeps making races and finishing good in those races, since he's been at the top of the standings basically the whole season, he needs to win to solidify it. He needs a win to solidify himself in the chase, I believe. Because if you start missing races and you keep missing races, it's not going to end up good for you. Oh, sorry. So we have had a lead change. Apparently, Andrew Rich has moved up to the top. Scott Green has fallen to 5th. And Andrew Rich now leads heat race number 1. Andrew has won one other heat race this season, I believe. Andrew still looking for a legitimate win in his career, which has to be in a main event. As now we look at the back of the field, Peter Sands again still doing bad. Carol Morton getting a good run on Cavallo as these two catching Edwin Mendez. White flag is out. Can Cavallo get by? Cavallo's got a good push, but here comes Carol Morton. Carol Morton goes under the 48. Can she get a good run on the 4 of Edwin Mendez? Still heading to turn 3 for the last time. Nobody else side by side at all. So Andrew Rich will win heat number 1, and Edwin Mendez will take home the final spot. So Cavallo and Peter Sands, the top two in points, missing out. So with 21 drivers decided for the race, we will see you guys for heat number 2. Getting ready for heat race number 2. Nico Tringali, Mike Mellon on the front row. Robert Rogers, Dylan Young, row 2. Michael Amato, Ace Rogers, row 3. Torrey Travis, Zachary Fitzwater, row 4. With Keith Rich and Karen Vieira in row 5. Really like the camera we got right there. It gives a real nice close look on them. Be using this for the main race. Green flag is out. We're underway in heat number 2. Tringali gets a good jump. As they head down into turn number 1, the main race, which is the Charter 400, will be under the lights. So hopefully we'll have some good action under the lights. It's, well, actually it's not the first night race in a while because we had Darlington under the lights. But it should be a great race nonetheless. As Nico Tringali currently leads. Saw some 3-wide action going on, so Nico will lead the first lap in heat race number 2. Hopefully we gave ourselves enough time to go one clip. As Amato is in second, that's Nico's teammate. Zachary Fitzwater up to third. No other Hendrick cars made the race. Actually, I think the 48's the only one in. Is the 57 in this one? Yeah, so we have 4 of the 5 Hendrick cars in this heat. Let's see if we can find them. As Pericles is looking to maybe make it 3 wide here on Dylan Young and Mike Mellon, which he is going to do. Mike Mellon's going to lose 2 spots there, maybe more. There is Kevin Peeler. Now, where is the 5 car? There is the 5 car. James Morton has not had the best of seasons. And Alan Cavanero in this heat has not had a great season either, as now he will fall to 19th. So that puts Greg Lyons and Dion in right now. Now that moves James Morton in. And that puts Alan on the bubble seat, I believe. And Dion might dive it down, and he will. Now we saw Adam Rogers almost get wrecked by Ben Goldberg. Well, we didn't really see it, but we saw the 99 down in the grass. Don't know how that really happened, but I'm guessing bumpers got a bit too close. And Nico Tringali has lost the lead to teammate Michael Amato. Zachary Fitzwater going to go by for second. Torrey Travis looking to go by for third. Colby Alves having another impressive run here, running in 6th right now. I think he did pretty decent at M&M Superspeedway last week, or was it Darlington the week before? I forget. As Keith Rich will push him out of the way to take 6th. This looks like a good popular move probably this weekend, a shove and run, or whatever you call it. So Nico Tringali falls to 4th now as Michael Amato leads. Kevin Peeler is up to 11th. And James Morton gaining more track position up to 15th now. Or battling for 15th with Benjamin Tilton. So all the Hendrick cars from this heat race trying to make it in. Mike Mellon not doing so good. Imagine if we had all the top 3 in points. Peter Sands, Mike Mellon, and Steve Cavallo missed the race. That would shake up the point standings. And as Mike is currently outside that barrier, as John Linares moves into the top 21. Let's see if we got any other noticeable names back here. Michael Santos, one of those drivers, has won a lot of races in his career and has not won a race yet this season. Has really surprised me. He has not won on a speedway. As Philip Tringali is going to make it 3 wide here with the 22, as now Mike Mellon falls all the way back pretty much. This will be halfway through after this. Sam Rogers doing a good job here, running 16th. Speedways can tend to be his thing. But as right now, so Amato and Fitzwater pulling away from the 34. So we're halfway through. Heat race number 2. Robert Rogers in 6th, Kobe Alf 7th, Dylan Young 8th, Nathan Rogers 9th, and Kevin Peeler 10th. Tilton now looking for 15th on Sam Rogers, as James Morton had already lost it. James now down to 17th. Maybe moving back up to 16th as Sam Rogers has an issue here. Gadoo looking underneath the 18 for 18th. So Kevin Arrow back to 19th, maybe back to 20th if John Linares gets around him here. Eric Harala currently in 21st, maybe trying to help out his teammate Benjamin Dion get in as well. But now, for now, the 31's looking underneath the 07. 07 getting a little loose there, so Dion will move up to 21st as Kevin Arrow drops to 20th. So good heated battle back here. There's Sean Harple. No real sign of any changes in the top 10 except for maybe Kevin Peeler moving up to 9th. And now looking for 8th on Dylan Young, which he is going to take. So now Kevin Peeler is up to 8th spot. Hendrick Carr is doing a good job here in this heat race. And the draft is definitely useful here. So Amato 1st, Nico Tringali 4th, Kevin Peeler 8th, and James Morton 16th. Dion may be looking to try to get by Alan Cavanero here as they'll approach 4 laps to go. And I'm wondering if we're going to have enough clip space. So the battle is definitely on for this last spot. Oh, what the heck, I'm just going to cut it here just to be safe. 3 laps to go for Michael Amato. Now Kevin Peeler moves up to 7th. As Robert Rogers is starting to get passed by a lot of drivers. It looks like Colby Alves moved up the spot doing that too. He's up to 6th. Ooh, Keith Rich gets a little sideways coming off the corner. 2 laps to go. Robert falls down to 12th. 13th now on Pericles. 14th on Tilton. And more. Robert Rogers suddenly dropping fast. Benjamin Dion still holds the final spot. Will we see a move? Will Eric Corrala try to take the spot on his teammate? Dion has won a race this season. Eric Corrala has not. In fact, Corrala is still looking for his first career win. Here on the final lap, Robert Rogers falling to 14th, now stabilized. So it looks like Amato will win the heat race as Kevin Peeler is trying to take 6th from Colby Alves, which he will do. Now Robert Rogers is losing more spots. He's going to end up 16th. And Benjamin Dion will take 21st. So we'll do Eric Corrala, Michael Santos, Sean Harpel, Allison Rogers, Mike Mellon, Caleb Hoffman, Peyton Goodwin, Michael Rogers, Philip Tringali to miss the race. So top 3 in points, not in this race. So that could be an interesting show indeed. So with that said, I will see you guys for the Charter 400.